Going into the last day of the season for Liverpool sometimes means we're playing to see if we can win the Premier League. This season, we don't have to do that, but there's still questions. Will there be two Guard of Honours? Will it just be a party vibe because it's two champions of two different trophies playing? Will anyone care who wins the game, or will it just be laughter throughout? These are nice problems to have for a change. People, we're here with Eagle Eye Football. Sit back, relax. It's the last live match preview of the 24-25 season. Let's get into it.
Shout out to Kop-Ish.
Shout out to Kopish, guys.
Keep all the good work
the
up.
two legends, Emil Heskey, Howard Gell. Can't get much better than that guy. Yeah. You know what to do now. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm with legends, guys.
Kopish.
Big up to everyone. As always, when we get behind the mic, please make sure you subscribe, comment, and like. And also click the link in the title and go subscribe to the boys' channel. Here are two legends, JC, Rich. Before I get over to you, I've got a little bone to pick with the community. I've seen the comments from the last few shows where I've not been involved. I've had phone calls from other content creators and other Liverpool fans, and also people within the community have DM'd me and messaged me. What I will say is I'm not angry, but I'm disappointed. You'll never walk alone is our mantra, right? You lot have left me to hang out to dry by myself. So I'll remember this. And should the deal for the Leverkusen guy go through, don't expect me to be shameless and don't expect me to be humble. I'm going to take notes of everyone who said something bad about me and I will have my revenge. So on that basis, Rich, JC, firstly, congratulations. On your stream, we started off by singing a song. I think we should only do it right here. So after three, 1, 2, 3. Campione! Congratulations on winning the FA Cup. You made my day because it stopped Man City winning a trophy, and also made my day because I've got a lot of friends and family of Crystal Palace supporters as well, just like you two. Rich, I'll start with you. How's it feel to be FA Cup winner, man?
It's so surreal. I mean, it's been a week since I'm still watching content over and over and over again. I think the disappointment, obviously, of 2016, we didn't think we'll ever get to the stage again. Even when we went to the semi-final against Chelsea a couple of seasons back, we weren't ready. You could tell we weren't ready. But this time around, it was weird because you look at that when it was a City Forest one, and I was saying, of the two, stylistically, I prefer City, which sounds mad. But because I think Forest played a similar style to us, they prefer to play on the break. But to actually do it, now granted, we did ride our luck with the whole Dean Henderson situation.
I mean,
but I think we fought for our lives.
Charges, to be fair. So I mean,
no, I hear that. We fought for our lives that day, and we deserved it. And the atmosphere, the emotions at the full-time whistle, the tears of joy, it was unbelievable.
JC, talk to me through the game, because obviously we've been in plenty of finals. We've been in those finals where you're on the edge of your seat throughout the whole thing, and then when the final whistle goes, talk to me about that feeling at the final whistle when the referee blows and it's confirmed. How are you feeling in that moment?
I mean, throughout the whole game, I'm not going to lie to you, just before kickoff, I may have had a few too many to drink. I'll say that, and I'm not gonna pretend like I remember absolutely everything that happened in the game. But what I will say is that by the time the goal happened, I was a lot more sober compared to someone else that we went with who was actually sleeping. Yeah, he was asleep when the goal went in, and he started jumping around. He didn't even know what was happening. But
that's crazy.
To be fair, it was more of the feeling of relief, because there was a lot of built-up tension from the 2016 final, and probably a little bit from when we got to the semi-final against Chelsea a few years ago. We were sort of we didn't know how it feels to get over the line, and I think that goal when it went in, there was just pure joy. And you had the Henderson situation, which, to be fair, we really knew nothing about it because we were like behind the goal, so we couldn't really see where the line
Sorry
was
to
or
cut you,
whatever.
JC. It wasn't a penalty either. So surely they balanced each other out, right? Because it wasn't a penalty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then obviously you had the penalty. To be fair, I can see why it was given. I can see why you can say he got a little bit of the ball there, but with VAR, the refs do what they want, really, don't they? Who knows? I was actually surprised they've ruled Sheffield United's second goal offside today. Like normally they would have given that a goal the other way normally. But then the penalty save as well, it was just relief. It was just relief. And to be fair, I don't know how to celebrate. This is the first time we've won a trophy. What do you do? All I know is it's very expensive because I've bought all the winners' stuff. Because I don't know if it's ever going to happen again.
Yeah, no, I hear it. Rich, early in the season, we were able to link up with JC as well. And you were feeling despair about your season at the time. We beat you 1-0 in a very close game, a game where on another day you guys could have drawn or even got the winner towards the end as well. Speaking about penalties, Virgil van Dijk, in my opinion, was very fortunate not to give away a penalty on that day. Gay, he should have got a penalty, in my opinion. Speak to me about your season as a whole and where this ranks in terms of all-time great seasons for Crystal Palace.
Yeah, obviously it was a terrible start. No win in the first 8. But you know what it was? I think there was games in that where we could have won the game, and there was games where we got points where we shouldn't have got points. But I think it was just frustration because we had like 7 of our players playing like international tournaments, and then we lost Michael Elise, Joachim Anderson, Jordan Ayew. So Glasner's come with a squad that's not fully fit, but we want to do deals on the last day of the transfer window to make it look like we're busy. By that time we've already 4 games in. So I think it was more frustration. Obviously there's a lot of noise going into that Tottenham game. If Glasner loses this, it could be it for him. It could be curtains and stuff. We got our first win against Spurs and we just kicked on from there. And then literally after Christmas, it was almost like no one was stopping us, minus the 2 batterings we got from Man City and Newcastle. We were just on a roll. And I think having the 2 domestic cup competitions, getting to the quarterfinals of the Carabao Cup, and then obviously winning the FA Cup, it's the greatest season we've had. Like I have obviously my 2 girls, like, they've obviously embraced Palace because of me. Yeah. And I've obviously told them, like, look, it's the local area. It's good to support your local, this and that other. No shade from, by the way, Carl.
I was thinking, right, this feels like a little bit.
But can you imagine, like, they'll go to school and say, "Oh, I'm a Crystal Palace fan." Now they can go like say something. Yeah, what I mean? Yeah. Like, so as much as I'm happy, I'm even happier for them. They can say we've won a trophy in my lifetime.
And we won that trophy, and also this is officially our best ever points as well. Our record points in the league was 49. Now we're on 52 after that win against Wolves. So, for 2 reasons, trophy and points wise, it's the best season ever.
And we can still finish 10th, which is crazy.
Yeah, exactly.
So now, button.
Is my man frozen?
I think he is.
My man frozen on his own stream. That's crazy business.
Hey, he's probably got a pose on though.
He looks like he's thinking about something, isn't it? Hey, Cal, what are you thinking about, bro? Alright, let's run this thing anyway.
No, it's obviously an amazing experience. Obviously, winning at Wembley. Those 10 minutes of additional time, carnage, absolute carnage.
The best thing about that though was when Guardiola went up to Henderson and went, "This is a disgrace. This is a disgrace."
You don't deserve
and he went,
"Hi,
big man, you had your 10 minutes. You had your 10 minutes."
Sorry, I lost track. I'm going to ask another question now. JC, Glasner, you said record points total, a trophy to go with it as well. Do you think you'll be able to hang on to him beyond this summer? Because you look at other clubs like Spurs, Man United, potentially other clubs around Europe. He could be someone that's looked at as a go-to manager. Do you think you'll find it difficult hanging on to him this summer?
I don't think so this summer because he's still under contract with us, and we've had a lot of reassuring from the manager himself. Obviously, the Wolves game was our last home game of the season, and normally how they do the little parade and this and that. But the actual manager gave a speech with the microphone and said, "No, we're going to push on next year." So that sort of given me a little bit of hope to say that he will stay. Granted, I think there's always a little bit in the back of my mind saying, if Bayern Munich comes in, he would probably jump at the opportunity. Let's say, but I think unless like the right kind of team comes in, which the proper elite level, I don't know if a Crystal Palace. Granted, he's been amazing, but I don't know if a Crystal Palace manager would make that jump to a Bayern Munich. But Company did it.
I'm just gonna say,
clear
Company
of Company. But to be fair, Company's done all right over there. He's got quite done pretty well over there. Granted, I think that is to a massive help of a certain Michael Elise who did go over there at the same time. Shameless, but I'm claiming that I'm claiming that Harry Kane won his first trophy. It is shameless. Who cares? But I think we'll be all right. I think the main concern is the players. There's a spine of players there that any team in the Premier League would want. You got Mateta, Eze, Wharton, Gay, Lacroix, Henderson, Munoz. Like there's a lot of players in there that loads of teams in this league and abroad would want, and I think that's probably where I would be the most scared. But we have got European football now, so we might be able to entice maybe Mark to sign a new contract. He's only got 1 year left. So he could go for like 30 mil in this summer window. But with European football, could we maybe get him to, sign a new deal? Who knows?
That's a perfect segue because Rich, I was going to ask you a couple of questions.
Before the segue, sorry, I'm seeing people asking you to speak on Wharton.
Yeah.
Number one, we don't want him getting injured, and number two, if he's speaking on him so that he doesn't go to Liverpool, that's fine. We don't need him injured again, please.
Yeah, I told you this chat's turned on me, bro. Like
you spoke on Decore, and he's got 2 ACLs in a row, and now look at him, he's not playing.
So, on that, Rich, who are the players, in your opinion, that are going to be mainly looked at this summer, and who do you think are the players that you're going to find it most difficult to hold on to?
So of the list that JC gave, I think Gay and Eze are the two. If I was to rank them, they would be the top two. I reckon that would be that may move on. I think we probably keep Mateta 1 more year, Wharton 1 more year. Munoz, he's just signed a new deal, so that could be touch and go. That could be with a release clause. We don't know, but yeah, I think Ebbs and Mark are the two I'm concerned about. Also, the fact that Spurs, and I know Spurs they're terrible, like league-wise as well. They've got Champions League football. They've been wanting Eze for 3 years now.
Yeah.
So yes, we've got Europa, but every footballer wants to hear that Champions League anthem. So granted, their league form might still dip. He might want Champions League football. Not only that, there are rumours that Bayern Munich want him too. So he can end up going back to link up with.
maybe Bayern Munich need him because they weren't able to get someone else over the line. I don't know. That's the rumours I'm hearing anyway.
That makes sense. Can I believe
Is it the Leverkusen player by any chance?
Yeah. The Leverkusen guy. That's just a rumor I've heard though, JC. I don't know how true it is or not.
What's his name?
Alternatives in that. I don't know. No, I don't really live in that world anymore. Do you know what I mean? Like we rock up, we got our first target. I see it different. I think Gahey, that's going to be the tricky one because obviously 1 year left. Will he stay another year? Will he extend? What will he do there? I look at someone like Lacroix and think will someone look at him and think we're going to take a punt and try and get him out quite early? Because he was highly touted before you signed him, and everyone kind of overlooked that signing. Again, I might be speaking out of turn here, boy, so correct me if I'm wrong. I actually think he's had a better season than Gay, and I think Gay's had a good season. But I just think the Cries is excellent.
He is, but I think what might help is I think it's between him and Dean Henderson. If Mark does go, it's between him and Dean Henderson who gets us the armband next season. So yeah, hopefully we could keep holding. We can't lose two of them. That would be criminal.
Yeah,
you know.
I hear that. Okay, right. This is is this the second or third time we've played you on the last game of the season? I think it's the third time because we played each other on the last game of the season. Was it last season and then also the pandemic season as well? And the pandemic season I think finished 2-0, and then the last season one was that 2-0 or 2-1? I think that's 2-0 as well. That's Kwanzaa and McAllister. Sorry, the person's name I'm not allowed to mention around you guys.
Yeah. And
no,
that is it's your channel now. You're good.
Yeah.
And then wasn't the Gerald one as well?
I forgot about that. Nah, I don't know if that game ever happened. To be honest.
Last season we beat you 1-0. It was like a few games before the end.
But it wasn't the last game.
Sorry, not last season. The year before. Yeah, the season before. Sorry, you're right. It's the season before.
I can't remember.
I'm trying to. There's been a few times. No, it was last season. It was Klopp's last game.
Let's do a quick Google search.
Or was that Wolves?
No, it wasn't
you or Wolves? No, it couldn't have been. No, you're right. It was Wolves.
Nice.
It was Wolves. Yeah, you're right. Because Eze scored the winner against, and we missed a bag of chances. Is this the most relaxed you felt going into the last game of the season ever?
Absolutely.
It's the most relaxed I've been going into any game.
Absolutely. Listen, it's just going to be a party. Like it's just going to be noise from both sides, in my personal opinion.
All right. So the fans, I think the fans know their role tomorrow. It's to rock up, have a good time, enjoy the vibe. Obviously, your fans are going to be celebrating an FA Cup win a week ago. Our fans are going to be celebrating the league and lifting the trophy. How do you think that reflects on the players on the pitch? Do you think they have a good game, or do you think it almost becomes a pre-season friendly, in essence?
Not with our manager.
Okay.
Our manager, like we've been asking him to rotate even like throughout the season. We have there's I think about 4 or 5 separate occasions we've had 3 games in 6 days, full strength. Every game he doesn't play. He wants to win. Like that's in his nature. And even if he does maybe rotate as 1 or 2 players, back 5 stays the same. Like he wants to win games, and that's credit to him. And I think it's a good attitude to have because now we're gonna have to get used to Thursday, Sunday.
Yes,
so we're kind of used to playing like a Saturday, Tuesday, Saturday anyway, like in that sense. So it'll definitely lead us in good stead. But yeah, I think we're coming to win. Unfortunately for you guys.
Do you think, and hear me out here, because obviously it's an amazing achievement, you guys being in Europe, but do you think you have to go out and spend big this summer in order to, because that Thursday, Sunday schedule, take it from me, guys, it's rough on the team. Like, I don't know what it is about it, but it's always rough on the team. Do you expect the guys up top to go out and have a big summer, especially given that Glasner just won your trophy as well?
I think that the fans would want to, but I think that you don't necessarily have to go and spend big to do what you need to do, because even though you are playing 3 times a week, the teams that are really successful in those cup competitions in Europe, they don't really change their whole team too much depending on the league and the cup competitions. I think it'll be more of, depending on who stays and who goes, I think really depends on what we actually do. I think like if Eze goes, we're going to have to look for like a high profile player. You'd have to look at someone that's out there maybe. Like, I don't know. Just throwing a name out there. If Leon don't go through, our owner owns Leon as well. there could be a nice little deal for Turkey there. Like,
Ooh,
yes, it's a long shot.
Chill. JC,
but,
I've got to fill
you
you
know.
in on this one. That's one of the players that we are trying to sort out.
Yeah.
I'm
Let me.
No, we're not expecting him, but
No, it's like it's someone of that kind of caliber. Like, you need
Yeah.
someone of a big name if Eze goes, let's say. But I don't think you have to spend crazy money to really do it. I think you just need to build up the squad depth. Like, we've only had one left back for the last 6 years. Ever since Patrick Van Arnold left, we've had Tyreek Mitchell, and that's it. The only time we've ever had any depth whatsoever is this season with Ben Chilwell in January. That's the only time we've had a second left back. So we need another one of those. We probably need another right wing back because Munoz is literally the only guy there. The only other one is Caleb Kapora, who's from our academy. He's good, but I think he needs a loan before you can throw him into European football. We play a 3-back system. We've only got 3 centre backs. You're going to need 3 more centre backs. So I think you do need a lot of players, but I don't think you need to go over the odds. Like, we found Lacroix for 14 mil. Like, we found really good players for not outrageous money. So I don't see why we can't go and do that again to build up the squad depth.
Very true. Very true. Rich, I'm going to put you on the spot. If I said you could sign 3 players, bringing a bit of realism into it, though. If I said you could sign 3 players in the summer, who would they be?
I'm liking the look of Kang from PSG.
PSG, yeah,
because he's not really getting crazy minutes. So, I mean, and I'm trying to be as realistic as possible, but I also have changed my pool of players that I'm looking at now. We've got European football, so I can shoot up a little bit. Before I'll be looking at like Joe Bellingham's and stuff like that, but I can change that up. I won't be surprised if we go back in for Trevor Chalobah.
Yes, he was previously on loan.
I think Leicester goes in for a striker.
Tierno Barry. We messed that up in the summer. Went to Valencia or Villarreal, I think one of those teams. But he was one of the ones that Dougie really, really wanted. But I think he's actually had a good season, so I don't expect him to go. For me, I'd love Christian Mosquera.
From Valencia, right?
As like a mark replacement or maybe a mark backup, I think he'd be amazing. And also, we've already got 2 Colombians. Like, I'm sure he wouldn't mind coming as well.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a shout from John in the chat. He said Vardy on a free. I would not say no to that at all.
A lot of our fans are saying about Elliot as well. I think we'd demand a really high fee for Elliot.
Yeah,
I don't know if you guys would be willing to pay it.
I don't think
we've already got a young left-footed up-and-coming player in Romain Esse. There's no reason to spend big money on someone like him.
And if obviously
we need a right-footed player now.
Yeah, and also if Ben Doak is 25 that you're touting him, Elliot's going to easily be 40, 50.
Yeah.
I mean, so it'll be a bit above our budget.
Yeah.
I mean, there were links today of us having an interest in Lewis Miley, but I think he's good, but I don't know. Hopefully, look for something a bit more proven, maybe.
Interesting. People, if you haven't already, smash that like button. Also, click the link in the title and go subscribe to the boys' channel. Right. I'm not even going to do... I usually do a predicted 11 for Liverpool. I'm not going to, simply because I can't at the moment, because I don't know what Slot's going to do tomorrow. Because we've seen Chiesa play up front recently. We've seen Kwanzaa starting games. So I'm not going to do that. However, I'm going to ask you both, JC, I'll start with you, your 2 favourite wins at Anfield from Crystal Palace. It's going to hurt me, by the way. If you mention the Gerrard one, I'll cut the stream, by the way.
I mean, to be fair, the one that I remember straight away was the Benteke double. And then him and Mamadou Sakho, who was on loan, started dapping each other up on the touchline.
Yeah, that was dark.
And to be fair, the Gerrard one, I don't really remember it too much. But that's probably because I'm a bit of a younger fan.
Yeah,
I'd say.
it,
So
nothing really happened.
I would have to say the 1-0 of last year because it's really fresh in the memory, and the goal that we actually scored was incredible. We literally played you off the park and passed the ball into the net. So, it'd have to be those two for me.
I opened the door. I didn't realize you'd run through like that, and cool. Passing off the park was diabolical. I'm not gonna lie.
But it's
true. Rich, yourself.
It'll be the same too, to be honest.
Okay.
The same too.
We don't win that much.
Yeah, we don't. So,
Long may that continue.
Yeah, I mean, with the Gerard one, it's just and stuff. But with the other two, I think there was a bit more significance for us, and especially last season because obviously Glasgow came in, and we're beating teams, and it's like, all right, it's Anfield now, and then we got one again. It's like raw, like this guy ain't playing. Granted, we rolled a lot because you lot missed a host of chances and stuff, but we didn't disgrace ourselves in that game. And bear in mind, our back three that game was, if memory serves me right, Klein, Lerma, and
Anderson.
Yeah. So to actually pull up the win, and to have Jurgen Klopp stand on the sideline and go, wow.
All right, glad you guys are happy. Right, let's get some score predictions. I'm going 3-2 Liverpool win. JC, what are you saying, bro?
I'm going to stick with exactly what I said on our show. I'm going to say 1-0 Palace, and the goal scorer is going to be Dean Henderson. It's a penalty from the spot. We're letting the goalkeepers take penalties now just for the vibes.
I hear it. Rick, what are you saying?
This guy.
I know, David.
I'm going to go 2-1 Palace, only because, like I said, I think Glasgow will want to win this game. He likes spoiling parties. It's just in his nature.
Fair.
And because I don't know what, maybe you can speak on it more. Like, your form since you won the league's been a bit
stinks. We won't speak about it. They're just on party mode. One super chat here before we wrap up. Reds 2308. Congrats, Palace. I can't read the rest of the super chat. Hashtag Calcurse. Hashtag 21 loading. I can't say the rest.
What happens if someone else reads it out?
We'll find out.
Yeah, actually, let me leave it. I don't want to alienate your fan base. I'm gonna sharp.
Cool. Well, people, you know what to do now. Smash that like button. We'll be live tomorrow for the watch along, so make sure you join us, and also make sure you guys subscribe to JC, Rich, and all the boys on Eagle Eye Football as well. Brothers, as always, it's a pleasure, man. Nothing but love for you guys. People, another one in the books. Our last match previews. Make sure you get the likes up. Till we see you again. Stay safe, stay blessed. We're Kopish. We're out, people. Take care.
Eagles.